Hey guys, it's Aggie K, money mindset mentor, wealth therapist. And I haven't done a video in a long time. It's been a few months. I feel like maybe I took the summer off. But I wanted to get one in the can today, and I chose the noisiest place I could find. Just kidding. Waiting to go in to see my dentist, and I thought, you know what, it's nice out. There's some loud buzzing around. Let me jump on YouTube and record something for you guys. So we're going to talk about creativity and cash flow, and why it's so important and why it shouldn't be the last thing that you do. Often creativity is like, oh, when I start making money, when everything else is sorted, when, and creativity kind of goes to the bottom of the priority list. And here's why I don't want you to do that and why it affects your money mindset. Because the side of your brain that uses creativity is the same side of your brain that uses your imagination, okay? So your left brain activities, your imagination activities are the same activities we employ when we're using visualization, when we're using mindset to envision ourselves in the reality that we want. It's the same side of the brain. So creativity is just a funner way to access that part of your brain and to get that part of your brain active, responding, and something that's happening all the time as opposed to something that's saved for once in a while that you do. So you want to access those parts of your brain and make them more active, build the muscle, right? Just visualizing may not do it. It may not activate the creative side of your brain enough. Gosh, I hope you guys can hear me. Let me know in the comments if you can't. The other reason I want you to start looking at ways to be more creative in your everyday life, in your everyday business, is because if your brain is not actively focused on creation or really being in a creating type of energy, it's usually creating problems for you. Because most people don't have a lot of control over their thoughts. And so if your brain doesn't have something to do that it enjoys, it's either rebelling against something that it's supposed to be doing, working, or it's creating problems where there really aren't none, or it's making everything a problem, or it's making you a problem because it's trying to solve something. And creation and creativity is a way for your brain to start solving something, start working with something, start playing with something. And I don't mean creativity doesn't have to mean in the traditional sense that you're creating art necessarily, but your art could be creating funnels. Your art could be being a therapist. Your art could be being an actor. Your art could be being an organizer. Whatever is in the flow, in your zone of genius, sorry for the cliche, it could be a funeral home like I'm sitting in front of. Maybe that's your zone of genius. I don't know. So whatever, maybe making creative caskets is your creativity. I don't know. But the important thing is to activate your brain because the same side that we need, the same muscle in our brain that we need, not literal muscle, but you know what I mean, that we need to build for us to make that leap in reality from where we are to where we want to be. Creativity, creation is that same process, that same side of our brain is working. So activate it. Make that part of your work day. It's not when I make money and when my business is successful, then I'll be creative. You need that to get to that end result. Okay, so start implementing that in your daily life. And the other reason is, what did I have for my third reason? Was that, creativity usually gets shut down in us at some point. Most people have a memory of something happening where they weren't allowed to continue, they weren't supported. And if you were, God bless you, that's amazing. So excited for you. And let me know in the comments how that affected you. Because you might have a different money block. Your money block might be artistic things don't make money or creative ideas don't make money. But those of you who work really hard and then leave your creativity at to the very end and never get to it, probably had creativity shut down at a certain point. For me, I can clearly remember not passing a music test in grade school that was underfunded. Thanks, Scarborough. And look at the little Canadian flag up there. But I clearly remember that as a moment where I said to myself, I must not be musical because I didn't pass one clapping test. It's crazy, right? So we can make all kinds of assumptions, from when we're very little about why creativity is or isn't important, and shut it down on ourselves. And it also shuts down the imagination. It's then hard for us to believe that we can ever be wealthy. It's hard for us to believe that we can ever be happy because our imagination is not active. We're too deep in our two dimensions, and we need to go to the next dimension to really achieve that next level of wealth. So that's what I want you guys to think about. How can you activate your creativity today in your business, in your life, and start integrating it as part of your life? Aggie K, Wealth Therapist, AgnesKowalski.com. Check out my Facebook. Check out my article in Forbes. Love you guys. Have an amazing day. See you next time.